You are entering a location next to a designated zone across the street from an area called time, space, and alternate reality. You may find yourself asking questions like, where did he acquire such a cool power-up? How do I get to that secret bonus level? And when will they release a new nifty hat for me? There are many of these questions, and we will do our best to answer as many of them as we can, as Aperture Gaming is proud to present the DLC Zone. Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here, for Aperture Gaming. They make it, we test it, you play it. In my previous episode, I stated that I would be reviewing Assassin's Creed 3 DLC, The Tyranny of King Washington. And I am here to make good on my promise. Pardon for the spooky intro, but I felt that it was appropriate with the game's theme. Now, the Ubisoft people, they've, for the past several games of the Assassin's Creed series, they have tried to maintain two ideas. One, that they are historically accurate as much as possible. Even though they are able to play fast and loose with the laws of time and space, they try to make sure it goes that far beyond the believability or disbelievability. Yeah, so, okay, despite the fact that the game series focuses around alien futuristic technologies and stuff, and assassins and a whole conspiracy against the Templars, I've loved the games. I've enjoyed all the PlayStation 3 titles, and I currently own the Liberation for the PlayStation Vita. The Assassin's Creed 3 DLC, The Tyranny of King George Washington, will have 3 episodic releases. First was The Infamy. The Betrayal will be released March 19th, and on April 23rd they shall release The Redemption. For this first installment of the DLC, they are really playing fast and loose, asking the hypothetical question of what would happen if General George Washington acquired a piece of Eden. The result is not that good. He's now going by the name King George. He has a tyrannical rule over the land. Instead of dealing with redcoats, you have to deal with bluecoats. The interesting thing about this game is that the DLC takes place after the events of the main story, and Connor is fully aware of everything that's happened. If you have not played through the main game right now, there's a spoiler warning. Everything that happened in there, Connor remembers fully, from the people who were killed, the people he has killed, locations, and people who have interacted with. Now, starting off with this game, you have very few equipment, so you have to travel around the frontier to reclaim it. There are treasure chests, and then there are lock chests. One of the advantages is, in this game, you gain actual magical superpowers. As Connor, being a Native American, he gains the power of a spiritual guide after taking on a vision quest. Using these supernatural powers, he's able to sneak around and fight off enemies and summon his spirit guide to help him fight off the enemies. Now, it is unsure what is going on here. This is either an alternate reality that could have been, this is a program set up by the Animus, someone hacked in there to have some fun with this. We do not know for sure. We will have to wait until the other 2 DLCs are released. I myself enjoyed it immensely. It's very fun. I personally went through and made sure to find all of the treasure chests before completing the game. Word of advice. If you are treasure hunting, make sure you do it after you acquire the superpowers. Because, yeah, you are stripped of very, very few equipment, and the superpowers do help you. While running around the frontier, you will come to 3 landmarks from the main game, where you actually see a fragmentation, like a hologram of the memory that has actually happened to what it's supposed to have been. Connor is going crazy because he knows George Washington's supposed to be good, he knows this guy's supposed to be dead, this guy's supposed to be dead, this person's supposed to be alive. And yet, none of it makes sense, and also he thought that the country was supposed to be freed by this point. That is not the case. The episode ends on a cliffhanging to be continued to make room for the next 2 DLCs that are coming later this year. Overall, for an introduction to a story, I give it a give it an 8 out of 10. It's very good, but like I said, get the superpowers first before you go treasure hunting and fighting off the blue coats, as it is very, very aggravating without any superpowers or special abilities right off the bat. The best part is you can still keep playing the main game, and if you want to switch over to the DLC, then there's nothing stopping you. It's connected to the main story, but stays far enough apart so that there's no weird intermixing. Like if you like, you don't need to have all the feathers and all the weapon unlocks and all the special abilities from the first game. Though it does pay homage to one of the previous DLCs, where, spoiler alert, in one of the previous DLCs, you fought Benedict Arnold, or tried to stop him before he escaped. In this one they actually have mention and visual confirmation of him. If you want to find out more, get the DLC. So yeah, it was very good. It just had a few issues. One of them, for me, being how the level, it takes place in the dead of winter. So there's snow everywhere, which makes it very annoying to maneuver around a bit. You can't go to any of the cities, and after finding all 3 memory fragments, if you look around for them, you see an introductory video showcasing what may have happened to lead to King George Washington. Okay, that is all the time we have on this episode of Aperture Gaming. Next time, we'll either cover over a different video game topic, or we will discuss the second DLC, The Betrayal, out March 19th. And then we will discuss The Redemption, which will be released April 23rd. Until next time, this has been Aperture Gaming, and thank you for choosing us. And this has been the DLC Zone.